Okay, so what is the overriding and overloading? And
Uh,
when we can use overloading and overriding?
yeah. So overriding is something where the signature of the methods will be same. Only the difference between the parameters means one of the method can have one parameter, another can have two parameter like that. But overloading is something where two different methods can have different signatures, maybe return type, maybe types of the parameter, something like that. So that is the main difference between these two.
Okay. Okay. In the collection, how many? Okay. In the collection, okay, how many types are collection in Java? Can you give me some?
Collections, yeah. So we have list, we have map is not a collection, but we consider it in collection only. And we have set, list set. Yeah, I think this
Yeah. So, what is the difference between the list and set?
set is basically used whenever we don't want any duplicacy in the set. Means if list allows duplicates, but set don't.
Okay. Any other different?
Uh, I think list maintains the insertion order.
Mhm. And okay, how the map is working internally?
Uh, okay, so actually, so we have one method, hash code method, na? So it basically
Mhm.
uses the hashing technique. So whenever we use put method of the map, so this put method what do it, internally it calls the hash code method on the key which we are using. So it will generate a big integer number which is a hash code. Then a
Mhm.
hashing algorithm is applied on that hash code, and a small index number is created. So that index number is then used to find the uh, a particular position. It is a very small digit number. Like by default, its value is 16 only for indexing. So
Mhm.
it finds the on what particular index our entry should go. So let's suppose index value is 2. So that entry which contains key and value go on the 2, second index. Now if
Mhm.
we do create if we try one more put, then same method will be applied, and index, let's suppose 4 is coming, then that entry will come on the 4. Now somehow that is the case can happen, like index 2 come again. So if that is the case, then at index 2 there is one entry already present, then it will put that new entry behind that first one. So it will create a linked list there. And in Java 8, Java provides option that if linked list is very used, then it automatically convert it into binary tree so that searching will be easy. So that's the main
Okay. Okay. Currently, which version of JDK you are using?
1.8.
Okay, 1.8. Do you know the current version? What is the current version? Last release version?
I think 14 it is.
No, currently released the 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So okay, in the you are using 8, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. In the 8, there is a lambda expression, right?
right, right.
Have you used it?
Yeah, I'm using that.
Okay. So which case you have used?
Uh,
Any example which you have used in the function? For the which purpose you have each?
Yeah, like as we know now that lambda expression is basically to make the shorten the uh, code. So
Mhm.
so there is a for each method also. So we generally use that predicates we need to set into that, and also there is a stream API. So in stream API also we just use that in filters directly predicate, and in threads also I have seen that run method we can directly give using the lambda expression.
Okay. Okay. What is the difference between comparable and comparator?
uh, See, both are used to make the comparisons between two objects. By default, IDs can be compared in, like if we want to compare two integer numbers, then it will be easier by the Java only. But if we want to compare two employee objects, so Java don't know how it needs to be compared to Java to employee objects, whether it should be compared with names or with IDs or with salary, anything. So for these type of comparisons, we generally involve comparable and comparator. So, but if we talk about the differences, if we are uh, we need to compare it with the basic things like IDs or primary keys, then we go for comparable only. And one more benefit, but if we want to compare it like by names or by some combined keys, then we should go for comparator. And in comparable, what it will do, it will it will write code in the class only, in the employee class. So if we are sure that we can make the changes in the original class, then we can go for comparable. But if we don't want to make changes in the original class, we should go for comparator. There we will create a new comparator of class, and we use the object of that comparator to compare.
Okay. Have you developed the mail functionality?
No, I have not developed mail functionality, but I know I am creating this new. I'm creating this new functionality where entities will be created now by us. So whenever, also I have created one Spring batch where escalation can be sent to if that entity is created so long back, but still nobody has approved that entity. Though all the approvers will get that escalation mails after 7 days after the entity is created, like that.
Okay. So how you have created the batch? Can you give me some idea in the thing how you can create?
Yeah. So Spring provides a separate batch framework, Spring Batch. So where we can just first need to create one tasklet, and in tasklet we define that execute method, and there will be a different uh, like two three things are also there. A processor is there, but processor is our project specific. It is not provided by Spring Batch. So basic idea is, and there are jobs. Two types of jobs are there. Task related job is there, and another job is there, and we just need to, and also there is a uh, before job and after job. AOP is also applied on that. So all these things work combinedly. What we need to do, we need to just run the Spring Boot application, and it will automatically invoke that tasklet, and tasklet invoke that job, and that job gets start executing.